Good afternoon, everybody. I want to start by asking a very simple question. How many of you in the room have been scammed before? Or you know of family members and friends who have been scammed? Welcome to today's world. Scamming is no longer a local online crime. It is today a global social economic crisis, affecting millions of people across all demographics, all organizations, as well as all countries. It's global. I have been a scam victim before. Not just once, a couple of times. Once was a friendship scam, twice investment scam, and lastly, shopping scam. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, she's old, that's why she got scammed, right? That is actually a stereotype kind of thinking. Statistics have already shown that the seniors, by seniors I mean like 60 years and above, they only form 13% of the total number of victims scammed. In fact, the majority of the people who got scammed are those who are actually aged 55 and below. Understandable, because they are the ones who are most likely very digitally active. Do you agree? Yes. Okay. So, my next question is, why do you think the scammers are so successful? In spite of all the campaigns and all the awareness. After my experiences, actually I did quite a lot of research on the subject. I spent about almost 2 years connecting with lots of people online, both male and female. And I also joined websites where there are victims of scams to listen to their stories. I even wrote a book after that. It's available on Amazon today. I published it, okay? And what happened is I discovered that scams succeed because of one main reason, and that is emotional manipulation. That's why they succeed. Let me explain what I mean by emotional manipulation by looking at some of the scams that are prevalent today. For example, once upon a time, investment scam, still available today, right? It's still one of the scams today, investment, romance scams, job scams, you name it. And today, of course, you have got phishing scams, you have got impersonation scams. Shopping scams are also very common now because lots of people are now going online to shop, right? In all these scams, they exploit emotions. They exploit emotions of love, of greed, of fear, of panic, you name it. They are all emotions. But there is one particular emotion that will trigger you to act. And that is the emotion of manufactured urgency. To explain what I mean by manufactured urgency, very simple. Have you ever attended seminars, sales seminars, right? Where the sales presenter will say at the end of the presentation, she will say, our package for today is actually $20,000 USD. But for the first 15 people who sign up, the price will be $3,999. And I have personally witnessed it. People at the end of it, what do? They rush, they chong is the word. They rush to sign up. That is what I mean by manufactured urgency. And it's in play today, in all aspects of our lives, right? Do you recognize it? We must learn to recognize this, okay? And that's why it's very difficult to actually get rid of scams, because scams play on emotions. And emotions will always dictate our actions. You know, in my shopping scam, I came across this beautiful website. And I was so attracted to a dog bed, doggy bed. I actually put an order for it, $59 USD, when I don't even have a dog. And after buying, I told myself, never mind. After that, I'll go and get a dog. That is the power of emotion. Okay? And that was a scam website because I waited for the dog bed, it never came. 2 weeks later, when I checked the website, shut down. So it was just to siphon money from people. After that, I got to change my card for fear that they're going to charge more to my card. Okay? So that is the reality of things. That's why it's very difficult to get rid of scam. And the scam industry moved from $1 million industry to $1 billion industry today. And it's going to be $1 trillion industry, I think by the end of 2030, I believe. And it's due to two main reasons. One, AI. Second, syndicates. Okay? AI today has made our life easier, but it has also made life easier for the scammers. They are now able to come up with very creative, sophisticated scams, so that it's difficult now for us to distinguish what is real and what is fake. Agreed? Yes. Yes. And these cyber criminals, I call them, are so good at scaling up their deception that they are able to scale it faster than institutions are able to provide protection for all of us. So now that brings us to this question I'm going to ask you. Okay? How then do we learn to protect ourselves? Since scams are emotionally related, let's go back to the basic. Go back to our emotions. Learn, for starter, to be emotionally resilient by learning to be emotionally vigilant, learning to be emotionally alert, learning to be emotionally aware. I call it my 3 antennas, VAA. And this antenna must never be switched off in your head. They must always be on, so that when you come across a phone call, whatever, at least be aware so that you will not fall victim. And after that, you see, you take a 90-second pause. When you come across a situation, you take a 90-second pause. Because the pause, according to Dr. Jill Taylor, Harvard professor who specializes in learning about how your brains control your emotions, she says that 90-second pause will, first of all, alter your cause of emotional reaction, and secondly, will allow you to subside your emotion so that you will not take action straight away. So spread the message to your loved ones, because with that, hopefully, we can protect ourselves, learn to be our own cybersecurity detective, and at the end of it, prevent ourselves from becoming victims. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you so much.